This morning my eyes were opened. I awakened from a hazy dream of illusion to the authenticity of the present. The distorting, theatrical lens that had been blurring my gaze was shattered, and my vision field cleared. My friends, we must avoid theatricality at all costs. Though the theater etymologically is a place of seeing, it is truly a place of blindness. We have stood at the threshold for too long. At this liman, we wait for truth and success, only to find falsity and failure. We strive for art, but are caught in artifice. Our reality is compromised. I do not simply reference the real in terms of realism. No, I do not intend to be so narrow. When I say reality, I intend the entire scope of the quotidian, the present moment, pure existence, unaltered, unmediated, that is to say, the truth. Theatricality breaks open truth's purity, fracturing the present. The theatrical exists in the chasm between life and its imitation. It is undeniable that the theatrical moment actually happens, that it occurs live, even though we may wish to deny its existence. Like you, my friends, I have been subject to theatrical experience. Too many times I have felt the oppressive heat of stage lights. Too many times I have stepped into the paralyzing white cube of the museum, only to find myself face to face with the real nausea of the theatrical. The theatrical is real, yet it is also unreal. The unreality of the theatrical, its artifice, its distortion, its overwrought affect incites our queasiness. The quotidian is upturned through heightening, but this hyperintensity does not enhance. The theatrical is elusive, and allusive. Elusive. The lens that changes our sight is intangible. It escapes our grasp. Elusive. The theatrical is false. It is not the truth itself. Allusive. The theatrical indexes. It points to the truth without being true. Therefore, theatricality is wrong. It exists only in its ability to indicate, reference, and cite the right without being right. The theatrical is not quite right. We are ultimately left with a failure of truth, for the theatrical cannot exist alone. Its unreality and untruth depend on reality and truth. Theatricality is parasitic. Theatricality eats away at the visceral reality of our inside. As a parasitic index, theatricality is both excessive and lacking. It is exterior to or extra to reality. It is reality plus. But it also is empty without its own meaning. Theatricality cannot exist without its own referent, or perhaps more aptly, its host. Theatricality relies upon interaction of the theatrical and its beholder. The theatrical reinscribes us as self-aware. We become conscious that we are both theatricality's subjects and creators. It operates by heightening its own falsity. The separation, splitting, cleavage of reality is what causes our overwhelming nausea. Theatricality is the explicit encounter of empty excess with the everyday. Theatricality insidiously infiltrates our very beings. Our bodies are at once cannibalized by and implicated in wrongness. We are carriers and producers of affect, for it cannot be constituted without our presence. Thus, theatricality is produced through us. Wrongness, not quite rightness, is made mobile across the chasm of encounter. Theatricality does not overtly affect us. It seems to signify without doing, yet its affective quality is mobile and mobilizing. Theatricality courses through us and into our systems of signification. Encoded systems become wrong. They become infected with artifice and theatricality. As theatricality spreads across individual bodies, it feeds upon the social body. This, my friends, is degeneration, undoing and nauseating. We must purge what is wrong. We must cut away the unreality. We must free ourselves from the parasite of theater. Then, only then, shall we be right and not wrong.